welcome back to the Smelly Tele. Today we're going to be diving into what is considered the first surf rock instrumental. It's by Dick Dale and it's called Let's Go Trippin'. This song follows a 1-4-5 chord progression. It's in the key of E, and we're going to be looking at the bar chords, major scales, and the blues minor pentatonic scale, and how those kind of tie together with the chord shapes. During the saxophone solo, we're going to look at some dominant sevenths, and we're going to play a rhythm figure. A lot of times in this song, we're going to be doing some alternating bass notes and playing some double stops over the top. So we'll look at that technique as well. And there's one dive into a sweep picking technique that's kind of neat. So by the end of this, you're going to have Let's Go Trippin', some major scales paired with bar chords, and a little bit of the minor pentatonic when you're in the key of E. And you can use any of this stuff at your next jam session. That's enough talking. Let's go play some guitar. Okay, today we're going to need to know how to play a bar chord, and I want to point out that at no point are you going to be required to play the entire chord in this song. So right now we're just going to be using pieces of the chord so that we get the notes that we need to play. So if you struggle with the bar chords, you're still going to be able to play this song. But it is very important that you understand the E bar chord shape so that you're going to be able to see where the notes are on the fretboard. So I want to start learning this shape at the 12th fret of the guitar. That's where a lot of this song is going to take place. So to play the E-shaped chord here, it actually is an E chord because we're at the 12th fret. That's the octave of the E. And you're just going to take your first finger and lay it across the 12th fret, all the way across. Okay, then we're going to take our ring finger. It's going to go on the 14th fret of the A string. Your pinky finger, fourth finger, is going to go on the 14th fret of the D string. And then your middle finger is going to go on the G string 15th fret. And that's a little squished, right? That's kind of tight. There's not a lot of space between the frets there. So today we're going to simplify this chord. What we're going to do is we're going to use the ring finger to get the 14th fret of the D string. Your middle finger, second finger, going to get the 15th fret of the G. And then your first finger is going to get the B and the E string on the 12th fret. And that's the shape we're going to be using today. So this song is in the key of E. We have a 1-4-5 chord progression. So the 4 chord is here. This is an A chord. Notice how the shape is the same. We just took the shape we made on the E up here, 12th fret. We just slid the whole thing down to the 5th fret. It's like our hand was frozen. We just moved it down. Now there's more room between the frets here, so that's going to be a little bit easier to play. And like I said before, we don't need the entire bar chord today. We just need the 4 notes that we're playing here. So what I'm doing there is I got my ring finger on the 7th fret of the D string. Second finger is on the 6th fret of the G. And the first finger is getting the B and the E string, 5th fret. So that's our chord. And then the last chord we need to know is a B chord. And that's just 2 frets up from the A. Notice how that's just part of the B bar chord. All we want is this lower half. Okay, so those are the chord shapes we need to know. Now, together with those chord shapes, we need to be able to play the major scale and the minor pentatonic scale today. The major scale, we're going to learn this at the 5th fret of the guitar here. This is the A major scale specifically, but this scale shape, this pattern, we're going to use it at the 12th fret also and at the 7th fret where the B note is. So the major scale sounds like this. And we're going to add one more note at the top. So to play that, we are playing the 5th fret with our second finger, 7th fret with the pinky finger. We're going to go to the A string, 4th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, go to the D string, 4th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret, go to the G string, 4th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret of the B string, 7th fret, 4th fret of the high E, and then we got the 5th fret of the high E. And when we're at this 5th fret, today we're going to be adding this second note. You might also hear this referred to as a 9th, because this is our octave here. And we're just going to go 1 up. That's the second note in the scale. And that's going to be 1 extra note. So you can learn that at the A position. And if you want to practice, you can go backwards with it. The next place we need to go is going to be the B chord. So we need the same scale, but we also need that in B, because when we go to the B chord, we're going to be playing out of the B major scale. When we're on the A, we're in the A major scale, B, B major scale. Easy, right? Okay, so we're going to start out on the low E string, 7th fret, 9th fret. Then we're going to go to the A, 6th fret, 7th fret, 9th fret, D string, 6th fret, 8th fret, 9th fret, G string, 6th fret, 8, 9, B string, 7th fret, 9th fret. Then we get to the high E, 6th fret, 7th fret, and then we're going to add the next note in the scale going up. Okay, and then we also need that at the 12th fret for the E string and the E chord. E chord, E major scale. Okay, so when we're playing E chords, we want the E major scale. And that scale, same thing, looks like this. Okay, so those are the chords and the scales that we need. There's one more scale that we got to be able to play, and that's a minor pentatonic. You'll also hear this referred to as a blues scale. You'll see it a lot in blues. So today we're just going to use a little piece of it, and that's going to be out of the E shape. So we're going to be playing the E note on the 12th fret, low E. Then we're going to jump to the 15th fret, A string 12th, 14th, D string 12th fret, 14th fret, G string 12th fret, 14th fret, B string 12th fret. Then we got the 15th fret, 12th fret of the E string, high E string, and then the 15th fret. You can go backwards with that too. Okay, so now all the notes we're going to see are out of those two scales, the major scale and the minor pentatonic scale. And remember, where you are playing chords, you're going to use the same scale that matches that chord letter. So if we have an A chord, we're going to play the A major scale. If we have an E chord, you play the E major scale or the E minor pentatonic scale. All right, now let's jump into the song. All right, let's go trippin'. The first verse, I guess we'll call these verses. The first verse of the song sounds like this. Okay, and I want to point out one thing that Dick Dale's doing before we jump into the specifics here. What he does a lot in this song is he'll alternate the bass notes here, and then he'll play the lead lines kind of on the B string and high E string. He uses the other strings too, but then he also uses the A and the D string to play bass notes and kind of keep the song moving. So kind of an interesting note. Watch how those bass notes are alternating down on the lower half of the guitar and how he's playing lead lines on the top of the guitar. So to play that, what we're going to do, first verse, we're going to slide from the 4th fret up to the 14th fret of the D string. Then we're going to play the double stop B string and high E string both on the 12th fret. Then we're going to do the first alternating note, 14th fret of the A string. Then we're going to do the double stop again, 14th fret of the D string. Double stop, 14th fret of the A string twice. Then we're going to play the 12th fret of the B and the 13th fret of the G string. Then we're going to play the 14th fret of the A string again. Then go to the top of the next measure, 14th fret D string. Double stop, 14th fret A. Double stop, 14th fret D. Now, the next double stop, we're going to play it, and we're going to hammer on the 14th fret of the high E string. Then we're going to play the 12th fret of the high E, 14th fret B, 12, 14, 12th fret of the high E. Then we're going to play the 14th fret of the D string. Next line, we're going to play this 14th fret 2 times, double stop twice, play the 14th fret once, double stop twice, 14th fret of the D string. Then we're going to play that hammer-on lick again. We're going to go 12th fret, hammer on to the 14th. Notice that's a double stop there, and we're hammering on the 14th fret of the E string, just like you're going to hammer on that subscribe button and that like button if you're still with us here. So 14th fret D, 12th fret double stop, hammer on the 14th, 12th fret of the E string, 14th fret B, 12th fret B, 14th fret, 12th fret of the high E. Then we're going to play the 14th fret of the D string again 2 times, double stop twice, 14th fret D, double stop twice, 14th fret D. Then we're going to do that double stop with the hammer-on lick again, 12th fret, B and E string, hammer on that 14th fret, down to the 12th fret of the E string, 14 B string, 12, 14, 12th fret of the high E. And you notice all these notes here are out of your major scale. See that there? We're omitting this note on the 11th fret of the high E. We're just getting those notes out of the major scale. E chord, E major scale. Cool, right? Let's drop down to the 4 chord, the A chord. We're going to slide in from the 4th fret of the G string to the 6th fret. We're going to play 2 double stops. This is on the 5th fret of the B string and the 5th fret of the E string. Wait, play the double stop again 2 times. Then play the 6th fret of that G string. And then we're going to back pick this 5th fret high E, 5th fret B, 6th fret E. Then the 7th fret high E, 5, 7th fret B, 5. And you notice all those notes out of your major scale. Pretty cool, right? A major, all those notes are there. Okay, continuing on, we're jumping back up to the E chord. We're going to be playing the 12th fret of the high E, 12th fret of the B, double stop twice. Play it twice again. Then we're going to do the double stop with the hammer on to the 14th fret of the high E string, 12th fret high E, 14th fret B string, 12th fret, 14th fret, 12th fret high E. Then we're going to drop down to the B. Same thing as before. We're using the notes out of the major scale. So down to the B chord. Top of the line here, we're going to be playing the 9th fret of the D string. Double stop on the 7th fret of the B and the 7th fret of the high E twice. Then we're going to do this sweep picking technique. We're going to use the 8th fret of the G string, 7th fret of the B, 7th fret of the E, and we're going to slowly pick it out. It's not a fast pick, it's slow. And then when we finish that, we're going to hammer on the 9th fret of the high E. So it sounds all together like this. And then we're going to play the high E 7th fret. So real slow, sounds like this. Okay, then we're going to drop down to the A position, 7th fret, D string, 2 double stops on the 5th fret, B and E string. Same sweep picking technique here, same shape. We're going to be using the 6th fret of the G this time, 5th fret of the B, 5th fret of the high E, and we're going to hammer on the 7th fret, and then we're going to play the 5th fret of the high E. So all together, that was real slow, okay? And at speed, it's going to look more like this. Then we're going to jump back up to the E position. And we're going to play the 14th fret of the D, double stop on the 12th fret, B and E string, 14th fret A, double stop twice, 12th fret, 14th fret D. All right, let's play that first verse all together nice and slow, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're at to the second verse here. Second verse sounds like this. All right, to play that, we're going to be starting in the E chord position shape again. So we got 13th fret of the G string, 12th fret of the B string. It's a double stop. We're going to play it 3 times. And that gets us to the top of this verse, the 14th fret of the D string. Double stop on the 12th fret, B and E string. 14th fret A, double stop. 14th fret D string, double stop. 14th fret of the A string twice. Double stop on the 12th fret 2 times. Then we're going to play the 14th fret of the D string, and we're going to do our double stop with the hammer on to the 14th fret of the high E string. Then we're going to go down to the 12th fret, 14th fret B string, 12th fret B string. Then we're going to switch to the minor pentatonic scale, 14th fret G, 12th fret G, 14th fret G with a full bend back, and you're going to release the bend. 12th fret of the G string, 14th fret D, 12th fret G, 14th fret G. So notice that's out of the minor pentatonic. If this was the major scale, it would sound like this. But it's minor pentatonic, so we got this sound instead. So remember, first half of that was major, then we go to the minor pentatonic. Okay, cool. Let's drop down to the A shape, 7th fret D string, double stop 5th fret B and E string, 7th fret A, double stop, 7th fret D twice, 5th fret double stop twice. Then we're going to play the double stop, hammer on the 7th fret of the E string, and then we're going to play the 5th fret of the E string. Then we're going to jump up to the 14th fret of the D, 13th fret of the G, 12th fret, double stop, B string, E string. Give it a little pause. We're going to play that double stop at the 12th fret again twice. Then we're going to play the 13th fret and the 14th fret of the G and D string respectively. Then we've got the 12th fret of the high E, a double stop again, hammering on to the 14th fret of that high E. 12th fret of the high E, 14th fret B, 12th fret B, 14th fret B, 12th fret high E. Then we drop down to the B position, 9th fret of the D string here, 7th fret double stop B and E strings twice. Pause, and then we're going to do a 7th fret double stop again, and then we're going to play both the B and E strings open. Then we're going to drop down to the A position, 7th fret of the D string here. We're going to do that sweep picking technique here, 6th fret of the G, 5th fret of the B, 5th fret of the E, and we're going to hammer on the 7th fret of that high E string. 5th fret of the high E string, 7th fret B, 5th fret B. So again, it sounds like this. A little bit faster. So you should be working up to that kind of speed there. Then we pop back up to the E position, 13th fret of the G string, 12th fret B, 12th fret high E. It's a strum, kind of like a double stop, but it's not 2 strings, 3 strings. Triple stop maybe. 14th fret A string, 12th fret double stop B and E string. Then the 14th fret of the D string with a little slide down. Okay, let's play that second verse all together, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. All right, we're going to call this next piece the third verse. It sounds like this. So to play that, we're going to be down, this is going to be an E7 chord. We didn't cover that earlier, but in this section, we're going to be using the dominant seventh out of our major scale. So if you're doing a major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that would be a major 7. To get a dominant 7, dominant's usually flat. Major 7 sounds like this. That's the true 7, dominant 7. So we're just playing a different shape down here. Okay, and you don't need to know the whole chord shape right now. What you do need to know is to start on the 7th fret of your low E string 2 times, 5th fret of the A string twice, 6th fret A twice, and then we got the 7th fret of the A. You're going to play the 6th fret of the D string, 7th fret of the G string twice. It's a double stop. Then we're going to alternate the bass note. We're going to go down to the 7th fret of the E string, play your double stop, 7th fret A string twice. 2 double stops, 7th fret E string 2 times, 5th fret A, 7th fret A twice. 7th, the double stop here, 6th fret D string, 7th fret G string, 7th fret low E, A string, 5th fret, 7th fret A, 6th fret D, 7th fret G, double stop, 7th fret low E. Then we're going to slide from the 5th fret of the A string up to the 7th fret, 5th fret D string, 6th fret, 7th fret. This is going to be the A7 chord here, so we're playing the 6th fret of the G string and the 8th fret of the B string. We're going to alternate this bass note. We're going to go down to the 7th fret of the A string, 7th fret D string 2 times, play your double stop, A string, 7th fret 2 times, 5th fret D string. Back to the 7th fret of the A string. We're in the E7 chord again. 7th fret twice, A string. Double stop, 6th fret D, 7th fret G. 7th fret E string. Double stop, 7th fret A string twice. Double stop, 7th fret E string. Double stop. Then we go back to the B shape. This is B major. And this is going to be like the licks we were playing before. 9th fret of the D string. Sweep picking, 8th fret G, 7th fret B, 7th fret E. Hammer on to the 9th fret. Play the E string, 7th fret. 9th fret B, 7th fret, 9th fret. E string, high E string, 7th fret. Drop down to the A position. We're going to play the 7th fret on the D string. Sweep picking technique again with the hammer on. This time we're in the 7th fret, since we're in the A position, hammering on the 7th fret. 5th fret E, 7th fret B, 5th fret. Then we got the 7th fret, back to our E7 chord shape. 7th fret A, double stop in the E7 chord shape was the 6th fret of the D, 7th fret of the G. Twice there. And then we got the 7th fret of the low E, double stop, 7th fret A string. And then we're going to play the walk-up going into the saxophone solo. And that walk-up is the same walk-up we did at the beginning of this. Just 7th fret E, 5th fret A, 6th fret, 7th fret, A string. All right, let's play this third verse all together. 2, 3, 4, 1. Then we're into the sax solo, very similar. Then we go to the B position, and all that is the 9th fret of the D string. And we got the 8th fret of the G, 10th fret of the B, 9th fret of the A string. Then we're going to drop back down to the A position, A7, 7th fret of the D chord, twice, and then we got a double stop, 6th fret of the G, 8th fret of the B, 7th fret of the A string, twice, 6th fret of the G, 8th fret of the B, double stop. Then we're back to our E7 chord, 7th fret of the A string, double stop here, 7th fret E, double stop, 7th fret of the A string, and there's 2 rounds of the sax solo, so we're going to play the same turnaround here with the 7th fret, 5th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret. That's the 7th fret E string, 5th fret A, 6, 7, and we're going to play those each twice. Now we're repeating. And then we're at the end of this one, we're just going to play the 7th fret of the low E string 3 times. Then we're at the outro of the song. The outro sounds like this. Alright, to play that, we're on the E chord here, 14th fret of the D string, double stop, B and E strings, 12th fret, 14th fret of the A string, double stop, 14th fret D, double stop, 14th fret A, double stop with a hammer on to the 14th fret of the E string, high E, then the 12th fret of the high E string, 14th fret of the D string, double stop twice, 12th fret, 14th fret D again, 2 double stops, 14th fret D, then we got the double stop with the high E hammer on to the 4th fret, 12th fret of the high E, 14th fret B string, 12th fret B string, 14, back to the high E, 12th fret. Then we drop down to our A position. We're going to wait an 8th note and play the 6th fret G, 5th fret B, 5th fret E. That's just the lower half of the bar chord. Then we play the E string, 5th fret, 2 times. We're going to go to the lower alternating note of the A string, 7th fret on the A string, twice. High E, 5th fret, 2 times. Then we're going to get the 7th fret of the D string. Hammer on to the 7th fret out of your 5th fret double stop. 5th fret double stop on the B string and E string. Back down to the 5th fret of high E. 7th fret B string. 5th fret B. 7th fret. Then we're going to take this chord shape. We're going to be sliding it up to the 13th fret of the G string, 12th fret B, 12th fret high E. And that's coming out of the 6th fret G, 5th fret B, 5th fret high E. So slide it up. Then we're going to play the 14th fret of the D string. 2 double stops on the 12th fret. Then we're going to pick out some notes here. 14th fret D, 13th fret G, 12th fret high E. Then we're going to roll this one all the way through. 14th fret D, 13th fret G, 12th fret B, 12th fret E, 12th fret B, 13th fret G, 14th fret D. Drop down to your B position. We're going to sweep pick the 9th fret, 9th fret of the D, 8th fret of the G, 7th fret B, 7th fret E, and hammer on to the 9th fret of the E. Down to the 7th fret of the E, 9th fret B, 7th fret B. So again, that looks like this. Down to the A shape, we're going to play the 7th fret of the D. Then we're just going to play the lower 3 notes of this chord, the bottom half, 6th fret G, 5th fret B, 5th fret E, and hammer on to the 7th fret of the high E. Down to the 5th fret, 7th fret B, 5th fret B. Then we're back up to our E major chord, bar shape, 14th fret D string, double stop, 14th fret A, double stop, 14th fret D. Then we're going to play the chord 5 times, and there are 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Real slow, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down, up, down, up, down. Okay. Oh, man. All right, let's take the outro nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's Dick Dale's Let's Go Trippin'.
Let's go trippin'!
All right, now for a little bit of fun. What I've done here is I've got Dick Dale Let's Go Trippin' on YouTube. I've increased the speed to 125%. I don't know if I can play it this fast, but let's see how it goes.
Let's go trippin'!